Let's face it, fellas, dating in 2025 isn't the way it was back in the early 2000s. With social media here to stay and the echelon of men rising, there are a lot of guys out there that have given up on dating, and today I want to talk about the importance of why you should still be dating in today's day and age and how to work on your dating skills. Yes, dating is a skill that you can work on and improve. All of the just be yourself and she will like you isn't really true, because if you're out of shape, you have no skills and little income, but you're expecting to get the 10 or 12 that will respect you by just being yourself, it's not gonna happen. It sounds harsh, but it's the truth. I've trialed through a few long-term relationships as well as short-term, and the best relationship that I've ever had is my current one. We're going on 5 years due to me maxing out my fitness, my skills, and my income. Nowadays, it seems that dating in your 20s is overlooked due to the grind and hustle and focus on your self-king mentality, which is true to an extent, but you should be making time for some dating, or at least working on yourself to get into the dating pool. Society increasingly neglects dating these days, leading to a rise in singleness and disinterested relationships. Hookup culture has been most people's dating life for, I would say, the past 7 to 8 years now, and I personally don't foresee that changing unless we as men stop simping into the entertainment categories of porn and OnlyFans. If you're into this stuff, man, please work on stopping. It's rewiring your brain poorly and circulating the negativity into the world around us and keeping the dating scene at its toxic state that it's been in. Dating has now become mentally and emotionally and financially challenging as well. Statistics show declining marriage rates, rising singleness, and reduced interest in relationships has skyrocketed in the past 5 to 10 years. There's a decline in interests of people wanting to date each other. This just sounds crazy because it's not in our human nature to want to do these things. Increasing numbers of people are choosing to remain single or avoid relationships altogether. Some statistical insights have seen that there's a rise in single individuals from 30 to 40% since 1990 and a decline in marriage rates by 15%. 40% of those people are between the ages of 18 and 49, and they're uninterested in romantic relationships. Dating is seen now as a more stressful and less rewarding than in previous generations. Now, on a positive note, there are still some good women out there that need and want good men like us. Now, there's a lot of reasons why people aren't dating these days. I'm going to go over some of them. The first reason being the cost. Rising costs of dates, dinners, activities, travel, deter people away from wanting to date these days. Economic pressures like rent and student loans leave little room for dating expenses, and the traditional expectations for men to pay for everything has amplified the financial burden, and thanks to social media, it's really just clustered this whole traditional aspect of dating up. We should not be using money as an excuse to not be dating though. We should be making more money and learning how to make more money so that we can provide more to our women and our family in our lives. Reason number 2 are the mind games. Common practices like ghosting, delayed responses, and manipulation frustrate singles. Take it from me, bro. Don't be that guy that plays toxic ass games with girls. That is so immature, and it's not a good character building skill to have. It's embarrassing. If she is playing that game with you, just simply leave, bro. There's nothing wrong with that. You don't have to tolerate it. Dating also sometimes feels like a competitive game instead of a meaningful connection. Be genuine with yourself and the other person you're making a connection with, and as long as you do that, whenever it's over, whether that be in a few weeks or in 60 years, you will know you did what you wanted and needed to do by staying true to yourself and following your gut. Reason number 3, unrealistic standards. Social media and dating apps keep inflating expectations of physical appearances and success. Gotta love a good catfish. Gotta love when a good catfish shows up and you gotta bail or fake sick. I've been there before. Makes for a funny ass story I tell my friends. But bro, don't be a catfish. And likewise, don't be hanging out with any of the catfish and settling with them. Average individuals feel overshadowed by this competition. You need to work on your glow up, man. That's what we are here for, to help each other, build each other up, and become the best versions of ourselves. Become the competition that you're up against in these dating apps. Reason number 4, religious and political divides. Growing ideologies and differences create tension and incompatibilities in relationships. There's been a decline in shared religious values, and this removes a unifying factor in dating. What I did with my girl was just a few open conversations. We just sat down and talked about what we believe and how we were raised. It should be pretty easy if you leave the conversation in a calm demeanor, and if she says and believes things that do not line up with your beliefs, ask yourself if you're open to getting to know why, and if not, because they're too radical, then you can think about either leaving or having another conversation with him or her down the road about not discussing those issues so often. Reason number 5, hookup culture. Many prioritize casual connections over serious relationships these days. It's not a very mature way to handle relationships if you think you are going around looking for a serious one, because the chances of you finding the one while you're just sleeping around is like slim to none. Hookup culture can lead to emotional detachment and long-term dissatisfaction, just like porn and OnlyFans content does to young men. Reason number 6, time commitment. Dating requires a significant effort, planning, and emotional investment that deter us busy individuals. There was a time I had to stop dating because I could not manage my career, myself, and a relationship all at the same time. It's important you critically think about what's most important to you and what you see for your best future interests and move forward with that. Reason number 7, fear and rejection. Emotional tolls from repeated rejection discourages people from pursuing dating further. I think rejection is honestly fun and funny. We all get rejected, man. It's all about the perspective that you have on yourself and the situation. It's important to view yourself as the prize, not her. And when you get rejected, think of it as her loss. By doing this, instead of thinking you're a loser and a failure, you're gonna bounce back and try again much, much quicker, and you're gonna gain that self-confidence back as well. Rejection is a thought, not an action. Number 8, and the last reason, is the lack of opportunities. Limited social circles and reliance on dating apps reduce the organic chances of meeting people. Get your socials cleaned up and looking professional for your business life and your social life. And when it comes to meeting good women, try to meet them in good places, like the gym, grocery store, gas stations, or out on walks, not the clubs and dating sites. Now I want to talk about the importance of dating in marriage. Marriage contributes to happiness, stability, and societal benefits of our human experience. Families provide meaning, purpose, and emotional fulfillment for our human experience. And children benefit from a two-parent household in terms of stability and opportunities. This is what I come from, and I think my life has been easier due to this. Some lessons from dating. Dating teaches resilience, self-awareness, and what qualifies you to seek a partner in yourself. It is a skill that improves with practice. I think the most important lesson to remember while dating is to still focus on loving yourself and working on yourself. Don't be that guy that gets into a relationship and stops working on his craft or skills because now he's comfortable. Some more advice that I have for dating is to keep trying. Stay open to opportunities and take breaks when needed. Be intentional in dating. Focus on compatibility over superficial factors. It's more fun to genuinely get to know someone rather than thinking all the time, man, I wish I didn't have to entertain this person because they hit me up all day and night and now I gotta figure out how to get rid of them. Life can change unexpectedly, so persistence is key in looking for those green flags. Never stop working on yourself and don't stop loving yourself because of a relationship. Dating is challenging, but it's critical for building a fulfilled life.